虽然近期中共
Although Communist China has recently been making sustained moves towards us, trying to incite disputes, we will still carry on with our exercises in the spirit of preparing for war without seeking war, and reacting to war without causing it, to train up our soldiers in their fighting abilities. We want the Taiwanese people to have confidence in us. We will make sure that everyone can have a safe and happy Mid-Autumn Festival holiday.
Alright, Shalom. I'd like to start off with saying Ka Halayim La Yahweh, Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai, Ba Hashem Harbakak Badash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, a great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the occupant of pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai. I'm Chanak Sha'an Ban Yasharala from the Lions in the Yasharala camp. And the topic of this lesson is going to be on this article right here. Taiwan military stages night drills amid China threats. All right, and you just heard the statement by one of the generals over there hosting those drills. But I want to say United States is well, I know there's United States is supplying the weapons. All right, for these drills and helping them out with the ongoing threats that China has been making towards annexing Taiwan, but the Taiwanese people are brainwashed by the United States as if there's a separation. It's the same people, but because of American conflict, they have them separated, just like how you have North Korea and South Korea, and things like that. All right. So, with that being said, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to serve this purpose for the hopeful elect, the ones that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because it's all a part of prophecy. I want to go into that. Because ultimately you have America about to fight a war on three different fronts. You got the front between the conflict between Ukraine and Russia, the conflict between China and Taiwan, the conflict between North Korea and South Korea. That's three. Oh, here's another one. The conflict between Israel and Iran. So America is some way involved in all these conflicts, right? And they're stretching themselves thin, even with the support of NATO in the European Union. All right, NATO supplying military force in the European Union, supplying finances. All right, funding both sides of the war to help this go forth, and ultimately it's going to destroy America, which is Babylon the Great, according to the scriptures. Okay. So the Reuters article that came out Tuesday, September 6th, 2022, Slovakia. It says a Taiwan military stages night drills amid China threat, and you've seen the video that I shared in relation to this article. It says flares lit up targets on a mountainside at a base in Taiwan's far southern Pingtung country. It says, county, while tanks and cannons fire in almost complete darkness. Apache attack helicopters, Chinko indigenous defense fighters, artillery, and drones were expected to feature in the drills in Pingtung. While the drills were part of a regular round of exercises that happen annually, this year the focus was on the threat Taiwan is facing from its neighbor China. Although Communist China is recently assistantly made moves toward us, trying to incite disputes, we will still carry on with exercises in the spirit of preparing for war without seeking war, said Hong Jifeng, a commanding battalion officer leading the exercise. Right, and that's what you saw playing from the clip. But ultimately, like, they're saying they're just going to, but then that they're preparing themselves, getting themselves ready for an invasion of China, which it may very well happen. All right, so now you already got invasion going on in Ukraine with Russia. Now, if you have another conflict, Even though these conflicts are two separate kind of sort of incidents, but they involve one key factor, the United States of America or NATO. You see that? So ultimately, it's going to end in the destruction of America. This is what this is leading up to. And you got them saying later on this year they want to convert everything to a digital currency around December. So all these things are coming to play towards our salvation. And that's why the scriptures say, look up because our salvation is nearer than once we once believed, man. And we're actually seeing this in motion right now through the power and will of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. All right, so they're performing these exercises, encouraging the people that oh, we're going to be saved. We have the help from America. We have the help from this, and we have our own strong military to go against the People's Republic of China. And so they're trying to comfort the citizens of Taiwan in that they have nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. So that's really the butt of these exercises, and the reason why these military drills are performed is to bring to have for the people to have confidence in the government and the military of Taiwan. It says, although Communist China has recently insistently made moves towards us, trying to incite disputes, we will still carry on with exercises in the spirit of preparing for war without seeking war, said Huang Jingfeng, a commanding battalion officer leading the exercise. Early on Tuesday, Taiwan President Tsai Ing-wen addressed the soldiers, saying the combat skills of Taiwan's military are now more mature, having to repeatedly scramble to see off Chinese forces during their recent drills. All right, so China's been over there provoking them while they're doing the drills by showing up and kind of trying to invade their space. It says China staged war games in the immediate aftermath of U.S. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi visit to Taipei last month, and have continued military activities close to Taiwan since then. All right, and they said they were gonna retaliate with force if she came over there trying to influence anything. All right, it says Taiwan's armed forces are well equipped but dwarfed by China's. Tsai has been overseeing a modernization program and has made increasing defense spending a priority. Right, so yeah, that's what is that, Joel? Beat your plowshares into swords, man. That's ultimately what that is, by spending all their money on like missile defense. This is Shalakia. All right, this is Joel chapter 3, verse 10. Verse 9, it says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. And you're right, that's what these war drills are doing. These exercises are waking up the mighty men. These are the mighty men war machines coming out of hibernation, because we haven't had an all-out war like this in a while since Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Well, you know, you've had your stuff going over in the Middle East, but a full all-out scale war like this, all right, this is going to be big. So that's what these war exercises and military drills are, to waking up of the mighty men. It says, because they're preparing for war. It says, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say that I am strong. All right, and that's what you're seeing happening. All these other countries doing all these military drills, getting everything together, preparing themselves for war against whoever. You have Russia and Ukraine going at it. You have Taiwan and China getting ready to go at it. North Korea, South Korea, Israel and Iran, Russia and America. All these things about India and who else? I forgot who India was supposed to be coming up against. But yeah, all these things are being compiled together, getting prepared for the ultimate World War III, the battle of the end all battles, man, the denuclearization of the world by Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. And that's beautiful, man. All right. It says, all right, Taiwan has set defense as the theme for this year's October 10th National Day with the slogan, "You and me join together to protect the land and defend the country," organizers said on Tuesday. All right. So they got like a a Build Back Better program or slogan, kind of sort of like America has, but this is pertaining to the military. All right. And it says, Taiwan's democratically elected government says that since the People's Republic of China has never ruled the island, it has no right to claim it or decide its future, which can only be set by Taiwan's people. China, on the other hand, claims Taiwan as part of its territory and has never renounced the use of force to bring the island under its control. All right, and that's ultimately what they're going to do, causing America to become involved with the conflict. All right. So let me get a couple scriptures real quick. Give me 1 second, Slocky. All right. I'll get them in my Bible. Let me get 2nd Ezra chapter 15. Okay. The 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 46, and it says, "And thou, Asia," no, I don't want to get that yet. Let me get 2nd Ezra 16:1 first. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. All right. So, Asia, Babylon and Asia, talking about all those, Babylon, ultimately Egypt and Assyria, we are ultimately know that's talking about America. All right. But Asia is talking about all those countries over there in Eurasia, and China and Taiwan being one of them. 2 of them, actually. So, actually, woe unto them, right? Especially China, because China, what has China been trying to do all this time? Be like America. And I'm going to get into that. It says, gird yourselves with sackcloth, with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. Right. So ultimately, these countries are going to go to war with each other, and it's all being brought forth for everything to be destroyed and put under subjection under Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. We're witnessing Yahweh annexing the whole earth to Yahweh Shai and the children of Israel. Okay? It says, verse 3, it says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, who may quench it? Plagues are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? So nobody's going to be able to calm this down, die this down. Nancy Pelosi, or Pelosi, or whatever the hell her name is, going over there thinking she's going to prep something up or scare somebody into backing down. But man, they waiting on this, on America. They're waiting on some type of intervention from the United States, man. Everybody's calling America's bluff. Ever since like George Baby Bush, been looking for WMDs, weapons of mass destruction in North Korea. Kim Jong-un's father was like, I got him over here. He wanted a conflict with America. Everybody's been calling America's bluff since then. Since Iran's been calling America's bluff. Now Russia's calling America's bluff. China's calling, North Korea. Everybody's calling America's bluff. But America plays a game of poker where they bluff all the time and they don't have a hand to play with. Verse 6, it says, may any man drive away a hungry lion in the woods? And Yahushua is that roaring lion coming out of the woods, speaking with the eagle. All right? Going to devour that eagle. Going to devour all the kingdoms of the earth that ever been placed upon this earth, man. And that's beautiful. All right? It says, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? No. The mighty Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, sendeth the plagues, and who is he that can drive them away, man? Nobody can drive them away, man. Nobody can drive them away. All right? Hold on, let me see. As a matter of fact, all right, from there, let me go to get a couple more scriptures to close it out. Let me get, now I want to get, so nobody's going to be able to drive these plagues that are being sent on the earth away. And one of these plagues that's being sent is the sword, man. Ultimate destruction. This rulership has to be brought down. And it's going to be brought down by Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. That's what this war ultimately is going to bring forth, man. All right? I'm going to close out with this. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 46. It says, because this is one of the points, because what? Babylon has had a golden cup that forced all the nations to drink upon through her fornications, right? And who was one of the number one nations trying to play the spitting image of Babylon, of Esau, Edom, Moab, China. Okay? 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 46, it says, and thou, Asia, thou art partakers of the hope of Babylon, and art the glory of her person. Right. Because you tried your best to be like America. And China was thriving off the import-export of America. Everything we want to get, we get it from China. Everything America does, China does its own version. All right, making money off of America. All right, it says, woe be unto thee, thou wretch, become thou, because thou hast made thyself like unto her, and thou hast decked thy daughters in whoredoms, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredoms with thee. So China's always desired to be like America, man. So, and that's what ultimately is going to be China's destruction. And ain't no wonder that Chinese means like sinology. And who's a master of who's the son of perdition? Who's the son of that's Esau, the devil. And China wants to be just like Moab, wants to be just like Edom in the rulership of the world. So they do everything and idolize and copy America, and ultimately that's going to be to their destruction, man. It says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions, therefore saith the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, because China has followed in the footsteps of America, man. It says, now ultimately the elites, they're trying to place China in the glory seat and take America down. But ultimately, all this system is going to be taken down. Even the new one that they're trying to set up with China, moving everything to digital. Verse 40, it says, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death, man. And that's what's going to come to America ultimately. All this destruction and all these plagues that's going to come to these other nations ultimately is going to conglomerate up together and come towards America, man. and it's going to be America. It's going to be all to America's destruction and destruction of the system, and the destruction of Esau, and Israel being put in the power seat under Yahweh Shem Yahushai and King David. Okay, all right. It says, verse 50. It says, "And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as flour, when the heat shall rise that is set over it. Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee." All right. So now, and that's ultimately what's going to happen. China's going to be brought down, just like America's going to be brought down. It says, "I would with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou art slacker." So that was the point. The point is in 51. It said, "Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes." All right. And who is that poor woman that's going to be weakened with stripes? America, man. "Come sit down in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." All right, let me get that real quick, and I'll close it out with that. Because ultimately, the same thing that's going to happen to America is going to happen to China. All right, this is Isaiah 47:1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon." Right. So just like how it says, that shall be, and sit on the ground. There shall be no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt see it no more. Thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Right. So ultimately, that's what's going to happen to Babylon, America, man. And it's going to happen to China too, for trying to be in the mirror image of America. All right. So let me get that one more time. This is 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 51. It says, "Thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes." Right. That poor woman with stripes is talking about America. "And as one chastened with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee." Right. Just like how they're not going to receive America. All right. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying to serve His purpose. Was that, like I said, Kal Halayim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Harikak Wadash Ma'amah. Double honors to the elder apostles, the great millstone, and my elder Herawan as well. Salutations to the Akim that are pushing the truth and sincerity and truth. And peace and blessings to the men, women, and children that believe in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Shalom.